In Sandwell, housing officers Neil Cooper and Richard Hawkins are joining the police as they raid a residential address. They're acting on intelligence that the tenants in a 3-bed semi may be the victims of modern slavery. And because they don't know what to expect, it's stab vests on.
Okay, so we're just running with the police. As we can see, the place is full of people. I can hear a lot of foreign accents, Romanian, and that, so we're going to let the police now run through all their checks. And once the dust has settled, then we'll have a chance to have a proper look around the property.
It's thought that tens of thousands of people are in forced labour in Great Britain, often living in overcrowded properties that present serious safety risks.
But I mean, at the face of it at the minute, we've got a lot of men living very close together, all jammed into bedrooms in a 3-bed semi. It's not your normal family setup by any stretch of the imagination, so there's something wrong here. So we've got a lot of shoes on the stairs, which is usually an indicator of a lot of people living in a property. All male, all adult. Are we okay to proceed?
Yeah.
Is that all right?
The team needs to find out exactly what this place is being used for.
Can you smell anything?
No.
No.
Nothing to suggest anyone's sleeping up there. Nothing to suggest anything like that up there.
Okay.
Police are checking for evidence that points to forced labour, including whether their passports have been withheld by a gangmaster.
Looking for who we've got and take some details to see if potentially we're looking at any offences or these people are being exploited or are vulnerable.
With so many people in close quarters, things like cooking, washing and even breathing will be causing moisture and then damp.
You've got a bit of mould going on. It's because there's 2 of you in this room and you're shutting the door at night and you're closing the windows and the moisture is trapped.
Just open the windows, say in the day, just let some air come in and it'll just ventilate it.
The electrics are another cause for concern here. Landlords in the UK have responsibility to make sure the electric system, including sockets, lights and all appliances that they supply, are safe. But judging by the state of this place, it's anything but.
Uh-oh.
It looks like this tenant also needs some advice about electrical safety.
You've put a 2-pin plug into a 3-pin plug. That's dangerous. Don't do that. And you can actually see how that's bent? And you forced it in. I wouldn't use that again. See how you've put a load of clothes all around it? You basically built yourself a bonfire there, my friend.
Landlords are responsible for fire safety, providing a safe exit route and fire alarms. Overcrowding can seriously affect your health. By law, an adult needs at least 6.5 square metres of living and sleeping space with no more than 2 to a room. It looks like that's not happening here.
I think we need to go and have a look at that downstairs. It's like a sofa, another 3 beds, like 4 beds, and they reckon they're double sleeping in them as well. So you could potentially like 67 people sleeping in that one room.
Which could get up to the sort of 20.
Yeah, that could get us up to that mark.
It's shocking to think 20 people could be living in this tiny house with 6 or 7 rammed into each room. One thing is clear though, in a fire they'd really struggle to get out.
Okay, so we got key operated window restrictor just over here again. Obviously we want so there shouldn't be any tools needed to escape. We've got use of extension leads here again, trailing cables. So obviously that's going to create a fire hazard as well.
This isn't a house that's obviously been designed for shared occupancy like it is. It's designed for a very small family. It's not designed for this type of use at all. It's been completely misused. It's just putting money before people.
Rich and Neil have found a clue that could tell them who the men are and what they're doing.
Yeah, they're all builders.
Yeah.
Building materials. Obviously, we're still really suspicious just because of the circumstances. I would imagine the landlord isn't aware of how many people are living here. I think we might find that the landlord's is pretty shocked when he realises.
Yeah.
The question is, who's responsible for bringing the men here in the first place?
There's a name being given us of a person who has facilitated their travel over here, facilitated this address for them, and is probably finding work for them. There'll be a reason for that, and that'll be profiting by means of exploitation.
Right.
One of the men has returned to the house. Officers need to check he's not being held against his will.
Are you guys able to leave the type of job you're doing and go away, or not live here if you wish to? Are you free to move about? You're not being controlled in any way or being made to live here or anything like that? You're totally free? That's fine. We're here just to basically check that. We're just checking out. We're just making sure it's safe for you. A gangmaster's one of those types of people that will control those types of vulnerable people. So you've got people crammed in there, which massively obviously then raises all of the safety issues, all of the fire issues. So this property isn't safe the way it's being run.
Rich and Neil now have a clearer picture, but the landlord may still be unaware of the huge number of tenants and the risks that entails.
We're at your property. We've done a visit here this morning with the West Midlands Police. We are currently deciding whether to shut the building down or not for fire safety issues. We have to move fast on this because there's a lot of people living in this property. It's massively overcrowded, so there's a lot of people that are at risk. Are you able to get over here rather pronto with 7 battery smoke detectors to fit into this property?
The landlord tells Richard they're going to fit the smoke detectors straight away, but that's just the start.
In the long term, we're going to get the landlord in to carry out a lot of works on the property to make it a lot more safe. So it's about today lowering that risk and educating people, and then in the long run it's getting the landlord in to do the works to bring it up to standard and also take some of these people out and stop using it the way they are.
Well, the landlord told the council they had no idea so many people were living at the property. They say that everyone will be moving out and the house re-let to a single family. Although the police are still investigating the case, it appears the men's passports weren't being withheld.